Stahoviak, questions?
With every year, does the memory keep getting sweeter of '91?
Yeah, it does. It's when I think back to my baseball career, it's the part of my career that really sticks out the most, and most of that has to do with the camaraderie with my teammates and Jim, and it was a really tight knit group. It was a fun group, and everybody got along. It was really interesting. I don't think a lot of teams can say that. So it really made for a great amount of teamwork, and it just worked well together. Obviously, we had a lot of success because of it. So,
what's it like being back here 20 years later?
Interesting. Everything's changed. Actually, it's been 10 years for me. I was back 10 years ago. But the whole city's changed. The campus has changed. So it looks terrific. And the ballpark is outstanding. So I'm really excited to be back, and to see all the guys is great. So.
Scott, share some of your thoughts when the team came off of that bus the first time, walking into Rosenblatt Stadium, the feeling, of course, getting ready for that first game with Clemson, because that was unbelievable. That really was Creighton's field of dreams. There's
no question it was, and I think back, I think we probably took in that nostalgic part a little bit later. I think, we really were a team that was focused on winning. And when we stepped off the field, that was our thought process. And there was some, not distractions, but you could obviously see we were the home team, and people wanted to see us play, and it was crowded, and we loved it. But I think our focus and our thought process was going out there and trying to win the game. And then, now 20 years later, 10 years later, the day after, we were able to soak all that in and really enjoy it. So.
Creighton's in your heart, but I think maybe Virginia on everybody's mind right now, or what?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we got a former teammate over there, so we're obviously pulling for them. And, Brian's done a fantastic job. I mean, I don't think anybody can say that he hasn't. And I mean, that's an amazing turnaround with that program and what he's done. So, no question. I think he's got about 25 more Virginia fans in the crowd today. So.
Did you ever think one of you would be coaching here 20 years later when you came back for the 20-year reunion?
Well, I figured there'd be some coaches in the group, no question. And I think when you think about Brian back then as a player and as a leader, I think you can, safely say that he's one of those guys that you could see have done it. So, but even to say that, to the amount of success he's had is still kind of amazing to be able to see what he's done with that program. So, yeah, we're all pulling for him, no question.
I was hanging out outside today, and just so many people stopping and taking pictures in front of that statue. I mean, what's it mean to you to come back and see that they kind of brought that over to the stadium, and just kind of what it means to the city and everybody here?
Well, it means a lot, obviously. I think when I get to see these guys again, and I don't get to see them very often, so when I get to see these guys again, we all talk about what it meant to us and how important it was. And it was important, and it meant a lot because we put in the time and the effort. We worked extremely hard. Jim challenged us and gave us the direction, and we put forth the effort and the work. And so to accomplish what we set out to do and get to the College World Series was really satisfying and fulfilling. And so that's the part when you look at the statue, when you look at the stadium, when you get back here and see those guys, is that amount of time we put in and all that good work, and to be able to succeed the way we did.
When you think back on it, do you think about the games themselves, the throw, the losses? Do you think about just the experience overall? What do you wish you'd go back out there again? And
Yeah. No, I can see Audley's throw from center field every day in my head, and we all have videotape at home, and we've talked about this over the years, and what we could have done differently, and it's hard to watch that inning, but it's exciting to watch every other inning, and so yeah, all that stuff goes through my head 20 years later, and the experience playing in the College World Series is second to none. I was lucky enough to have an opportunity to play in the big leagues for a while, and I loved every minute of it, but as far as on a team and being part of a team and being with the people that you really worked with over a 3-year period, my experience here at Creighton was second to none.